Have you ever wondered how ancient humans recognized their own family long before last names, birth certificates, family photos, or DNA tests ever existed? It sounds almost impossible today. Imagine walking into a prehistoric camp where everyone wore similar animal skins, used the same stone tools, and even looked surprisingly alike. There were no official records to tell people who belonged to whom, yet children almost always found their parents, siblings stayed together, and entire communities knew who they could trust. So how did they do it? The answer reveals something fascinating about human nature that still shapes your life today. Ancient humans didn't rely on a single clue. Instead, they depended on thousands of tiny moments that their brains quietly collected over time. Every shared meal around the campfire, every hunting trip, every conversation, every laugh, every disagreement, and every act of kindness created an incredibly detailed memory of the people around them. Long before science gave it a name, our ancestors were using one of the brain's greatest survival tools: familiarity. Modern research shows that humans become remarkably good at recognizing familiar faces, even after many years apart. But faces were only the beginning. Imagine hearing someone call out from the other side of a dense forest. Before you even saw them, you might recognize the sound of their voice. Scientists know that humans can identify familiar voices with surprising accuracy, especially those they hear every day. For ancient hunter-gatherers, this ability could help reunite families, coordinate hunts, or avoid confusion in dangerous situations. Even the way a person walked may have revealed their identity. Studies on human movement show that we can often recognize someone simply by their posture, gait, or body language, even when facial details are missing. To our ancestors, these subtle signals became part of an invisible fingerprint that made every familiar person unique. Some researchers also believe that smell may have played a supporting role. Although humans rely less on scent than many other mammals, studies suggest that body odor can still carry information about individual identity and even biological similarity. While scientists continue to debate exactly how important scent was, it may have quietly reinforced the recognition built through sight, sound, and daily interaction. But perhaps the biggest surprise is that family wasn't always defined only by shared genes. In many hunter-gatherer societies, people survived because they cooperated with those who consistently shared food, protected children, cared for the injured, and stood beside one another during times of danger. Over time, trusted companions could become just as important as biological relatives. Reputation mattered because everyone remembered who could be counted on when survival was at stake. In a world where every decision could mean the difference between life and death, trust was one of the most valuable resources anyone could earn. Thousands of years later, our lives look completely different, but our brains are still using many of the same ancient systems. We naturally feel closer to people we see often, remember those who help us during difficult moments, and build lasting relationships through shared experiences rather than words alone. Technology may have changed the way we communicate, but it hasn't rewritten the instincts that helped our ancestors survive. Maybe that's the forgotten lesson hidden inside our past. Family was never just something you were born into. It was something strengthened every single day through familiarity, cooperation, trust, and countless small moments that quietly told the human brain one simple message: these are your people.